February 12th, 2022. There's something that came on for Black History Month. It's not just black and white, it's got a color schematic to it. It's black, it's got a white, green, and red, but with this yellow. And then there's some stripes that it shows. Now, what's confusing is it looks very Bob Marley, Bobmarley, which I don't know really what that means in the ground schematic of things. I thought I had heard the humans say, and I could be wrong, but again, the humans, I don't know if they purposely misspeak around me or not, that he was something to do, his Rastafarian was Jamaican. But Jamaica flies a totally different flag. And I had a human on the boulevard say to me that the umbrella I had reminded her of Jamaica, except it was missing the yellow. Because Jamaica has a black and green with a yellow X on it, or so I've been told by a local. Again, beseechment, I only know what I see and what they're confirming for me. So I don't know if it doesn't match up with, I mean, I don't even know how to double check that. But this is Channel 7 reporting it here.
Right here in our area, firing stories of those making history and making a difference all month long. Watch stories on Channel 7
right
and
here.
wherever you stream ABC 7 New York.
Black History Month on ABC 7 is sponsored by TD Bank and New York Lottery. It's time to spread gay.
Now, what gets confusing is TD Bank is Toronto Dominion. So why is Toronto Dominion going with a three-striped color schematic? The other thing I noticed today, besides the fact that what's walking the boulevard in this area again is there was one U.S. Postal Office gentleman walking with a satchel carrier, but he was really the only familial looking, or like ancestral familial, not even like he looks like whatever I got going on in Twin Stars and things. But what I noticed is Oceanic has one set of whatever, but yet the naval kiddos over here, not necessarily the ones that get on ships. I'm talking about ones that I guess maybe are like supportive, like, you know, like Toys for Tots with the Marines. It's like, how much crossover is there? If there's a problem at the bottom level, who takes care of it, whose reputation's on the line, that kind of thing. So if there's a counterfeit at adorning themselves in a naval blue and a naval yellow with a naval white, because I don't really know what naval whatever that is. I know there's another naval and has a fruit also attached to it to make sure that it makes sense. I'm just curious why all of the symbols for what does the, like, Navy I mean, the Army attachment over here looks like black with a yellow star. But the naval, it looks, in Bayside Village, there's some kind of logos, LOGOS, that's a blue triangle with some kind of yellow sail on a white whatever. That does not look like, but I don't know what's boarding the ships on has a fruit and a naval color associated with it. Again, lost in translation here, trying to read the landscape to protect myself of this changing demographic that seems to be, I saw on the television yesterday, totally different culture, not what's displayed on this particular television moment, of a different culture that was saying about red envelopes. And they have like all these cultural, like rich cultural traditions of what you eat when you receive an envelope and all this. I mean, it looks absolutely wonderful. I'm not part of that community because it's not my familial. And I have not been invited in to learn theirs, although there was a small TV spot to, I guess, let me know it's working somewhere in the background. But it's all of this, like, visual stimuli of different potential hotspots and threats that are around if I look with my keen eye, Keen, but I don't know how to protect myself. I really don't, because I don't have like integration with something that, again, can explain to me like what's what and why is it changing. I also did earlier today about the constellations. I saw what looked like a moon projected into the sky. It's what the humans call it whenever I say, oh, look, the moon's out, is what they say. And then on the other side was the sun, but the sun had these beams of light that came out. It no longer was the hollow, recessed, like, hole of some form of lighting in the sky. It had these, like, long beams of light that I guess are fracted or refractilated. I don't know. I don't know the proper words. But it was, it's interesting because I'm like, well, if the moon's out, does that mean there's constellations I just can't see because the sky dome? But again, I have nobody to ask these questions to. There's like no Big Brother or Boy Scout savvy whatever in order to bounce ideas off of or even learn from. So that's frightening. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. And then I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, if somebody had a telescope, even in this light pollution, they might be able to measure distal, like, and still see constellations. But with the naked eye, when you just look up, or with the camera, you can't see them at all. It's February 12th, 2022.